Hello, it's Christina with my24plan.com. I have a lot of work to do in this video, so I'm going to jump right in and get started. Due to an operator error, I am doing a voiceover for this video, so we're going to move right along. This is a huge project, okay? It is writing 30 blog posts. Now, this is phase 1 of 3 phases. So I want to get a due date that is a reasonable amount of time that will get me on to the next phase, while still allowing myself enough time to get these 30 blog posts written. It is a huge, huge deal. A lot of subject matter, a lot of content, a lot of research. So I'm going to flip back through my planner and locate a calendar, which apparently takes me a moment. Just kind of funny. And I am going to determine my due date. When I say this due date, you're going to be like, you are a crazy lady. But I determined that my due date is going to be July 1st, 2019 for this project. And that is a lot of work, but I will continue to explain my thinking as we move along. So after determining my due date of July 1st, I'm going to reverse engineer the steps to get these blog posts written, okay? As you're watching this video from here on out, if you see one of those questions or subject matters on this 1 through 30 list that you would like to read a blog post about, if you have any questions regarding any of those topics, please put them in the comments below, okay? So that's your job while you're continuing to watch this video. I made a super simple tracker here with grid paper. I'm going to write a short phrase for each of the 30 blog posts there. The first one there you see delegate for easier referencing, and those are the words and phrases that I'm going to be using in my planner when I put them on the daily pages. Here I'm going to be turning my planner around to go over each of the steps that will be involved in each of the blog posts. Okay, so here we have the list. The very first one you see is MM, and that stands for mind mapping. I use Google. I have some keyword tools. This is kind of blogging lingo. But I have some tools that I use for keywords and long tail keyword searches. And so that's a step that I need to do for myself. It also kind of gets the brain kind of going in the right direction with terminology, and just I guess you could kind of say it almost starts forming its own outline in a little bit of a way. The next one says shake. I found a website from this guy, I believe it's a male, and he wrote this article about shake and bake, and that's the 6-step process, I believe, that he uses to write blog posts. I will link that down below for those of you who are bloggers. But the shaking part is essentially the research phase, and that again is using Google and looking things up and just beginning to write the blog posts. Okay, print. I've printed, as you can see here, 2 of the items. Still determining if that's what I want to do, if I need to print it. I like holding things in my hands. Obviously, I'm a paper planner. But I'm not really sure if printing all of the research is a smart idea or not. So I'm kind of playing around with that step to see what I want to do. Notes is reading that research, making additional notes, noting different things that I have questions about. Okay, and then the next thing is outline. Again, still kind of determining that portion, if I need to do that part or not. Initially, I thought it was a good idea. Baking is the next step. that is basically doing the rough draft. It's actually writing, taking all those the research and the notes and writing the blog post. Editing is reading it, making sure it flows, doing some formatting, that type of thing. Then we have graphics, and then we have meta and SEO, which are, again, blogging lingo. And final is done and done. Those are the steps. It is a long process. Okay, it is a lot. The next thing that I was thinking about doing when I'm trying to determine where to go from here is signifying on my tracker here on this grid tracker a dot, meaning that I scheduled that blog post, or that step rather, for that blog post, and then coloring it in once I've actually completed it. That way I make sure that I've gotten everything on my daily pages that I need to have. Having it just helps me to batch the things together rather than doing the blog post from start to finish every day for an entire month. That seems way overwhelming to me. So I'm going to do a section of mind mapping, a section of research, like that, instead of doing start to finish. So basically this tracker is going to play a huge role in keeping me on track and being able to see at a glance where I'm at with each of the blog posts. Okay, here I'm showing you where I printed and cut and paste that 6-step shake and bake method into my planner. So I'm getting ready to plan out the project, the reverse engineering portion, okay? And I just want to show here that there's other things going on in my life, okay? I'm just saying. And that's what you have to keep in mind whenever you're reverse engineering something, is that you have your regular life too, your zone cleaning, your children, videos, other blog posts, like all the other things that are happening in your life are continuing to happen. And so what I'm doing, I'm using this video plan sheet to reference the May and June calendar. So you can see the dates, obviously. And then I'm going to get a piece of notebook paper here in just a moment. And I'm going to label that with the weeks and the days for up until my due date of July 1st. So I'm going to use this beautiful notebook that I bought at Walmart to, and I'm just going to rip the sheet out of it. It's a dot grid notebook. And actually, I guess I do leave it in while I'm working. But that is going to be where I note each of the days that I have remaining, as well as the weeks. And I'm just going to begin labeling my paper. Okay, now that I have my paper labeled, and at this point, it is knowing yourself and knowing your project, knowing what exactly needs to be done in each of those steps, what it actually means, and how long it takes for you to complete it, along with the rest of your day and your other responsibilities. Okay, so that's what I used. I just used my own knowledge about myself to determine what I could get done in what amount of time. So I'm going to let the rest of this video play. I may speed up some of the portions, but maybe just a little bit so it doesn't take quite as long. But I just continue filling in this piece of paper. And this is the paper that when I'm finished with it will be the paper that I use to write the task on my daily pages. Okay, so we made it to the end of this. So now at the bottom of my sheet, I'm going to indicate what the terms mean. Shake is research and notes. And bake is outlines during the day and bake at night. And then edit is anytime, anywhere. And a couple other things, one thing I wanted to note on here was after I reviewed this video and I was writing the information on my daily pages, I indicated notes on June 1st and outlines on June 2nd. Those became admin days, and I did indicate those as such on my daily plans. And then also June 14th and 21st are admin days as well. But, or, catch up days, if I need to give myself a little leeway if something happens. I've got a few days there that are for cushion, basically. So I tore this sheets out of that notebook. I do have it in my planner separately folded in the front. I could punch it and put it in my planner, which I may end up doing. So that pretty much wraps this video up. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, leave them down below. But that's just how I reverse engineered this specific phase 1 project. I am going to be doing a check-in video, at least one, if not more, for this phase. And I'm super excited about it. And I hope that you got some information from this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.